The Disputation of Paris, 1240, a clash of faith and persecution. In 1240, a dramatic and consequential event unfolded in Paris that would leave an indelible mark on Jewish-Christian relations during the Middle Ages. Known as the Disputation of Paris, this public debate between Jewish scholars and Christian theologians centered on the Talmud, a sacred text of Jewish tradition. What began as a theological inquiry soon escalated into an act of cultural and religious persecution. The debate was instigated by Nicholas Donin, a Jewish convert to Christianity who had turned against his former faith. Donin, now a Franciscan friar, presented a series of charges against the Talmud to Pope Gregory XI. He alleged that the Talmud contained blasphemies against Jesus, the Virgin Mary, and Christianity, as well as teachings that promoted hostility towards non-Jews. The Pope, influenced by these accusations, ordered an investigation into the Talmud's contents. Donin's campaign reached the French court of King Louis IX, a devout Christian ruler known for his anti-Jewish policies. The king, eager to affirm his piety and protect Christian orthodoxy, convened a public disputation to examine the Talmud. Jewish scholars were summoned to defend their sacred text in a setting that was anything but impartial. The most notable among them was Rabbi Yechiel of Paris, a respected Talmudic authority. The disputation was held in the royal court and presided over by Christian clerics and the king himself. Donin served as the accuser, presenting passages from the Talmud that he claimed were offensive to Christianity. Rabbi Yechiel and other Jewish scholars attempted to refute his claims, explaining the Talmud's context and emphasizing its importance to Jewish life and law. However, the debate was heavily skewed in favor of the Christian side. The Jewish participants were denied equal footing and were under constant threat of reprisal. Despite Rabbi Yechiel's eloquence and efforts, the outcome was predetermined. The court ruled against the Jews, declaring the Talmud heretical and dangerous. Following the disputation, King Louis XV ordered the confiscation of all available copies of the Talmud in France. In June 1242, thousands of volumes were burned in a public square in Paris. This act of cultural annihilation dealt a devastating blow to Jewish communities, as the Talmud was central to their religious, legal, and communal life. The Disputation of Paris was more than a theological confrontation. It was a symbol of the growing intolerance and persecution faced by Jews in medieval Europe. It marked the beginning of intensified efforts to censor Jewish texts and suppress Jewish traditions. While the debate itself was framed as an intellectual exercise, its true purpose was to delegitimize Judaism and assert Christian dominance. For the Jewish community, the event was a profound tragedy. The burning of the Talmud represented not only the destruction of sacred knowledge, but also an assault on their identity and autonomy. In the face of such adversity, Jewish resilience endured, with efforts to preserve the Talmud through handwritten copies and clandestine study. The Disputation of Paris stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of religious intolerance and the misuse of power to suppress cultural and intellectual diversity. It remains a somber chapter in the history of interfaith relations, highlighting the need for mutual respect and understanding among different faiths.